only gravitational field and moves in only gravitational field, then that is called the projectile motion. What is the projectile? If a body is projected at an angle theta with the horizontal other than 90 degrees and moves in only gravitational field, that is called the projectile. Now we are discussing about what is the path of the projectile. Here let us consider if a body is projected with initial velocity u at an angle theta with the horizontal. Here velocity is a vector quantity, so that it is resolved into two rectangular components. What is the horizontal component of velocity? That is nothing but u cos theta. And vertical component of velocity, that is nothing but u sin theta. Vertical component of velocity is nothing but u sin theta. So that now we want to find what is the path of the projectile. Here only it is projected in gravitational field, only one force is acting, that is nothing but gravitational force. Here along the horizontal direction, there is no force is acting, so that horizontal component of velocity remains constant. Horizontal component of velocity remains constant, that is horizontal component of velocity at any time is equal to the u cos theta only. Vx is equal to ux is equal to u cos theta only. But along the vertical direction there is a force of gravity is acting, so that along vertical direction there is a gravitational force is acting, so that vertical component of velocity changes from point to point, Here horizontal component of velocity remains constant, but vertical component of velocity changes from point to point. Here let us consider that projectile reached point P of xy after t seconds. That means horizontal distance travelled is x and vertical distance travelled is nothing but y. So that first of all, what is the horizontal distance travelled in t seconds? Here this is nothing but what is the horizontal initial velocity? U cos theta. What is the horizontal acceleration? That is nothing but 0, because there is no force is acting along the horizontal direction. What is the displacement? That is nothing but x in a time of t seconds. We are using the kinematic equation s is equal ut plus half at square, so that x is equal u cos theta into t. Acceleration is equal to 0, so that x is nothing but u cos theta into t. So that what is the in projectile motion? What is the horizontal distance travelled in t seconds? What is the formula? X is equal u cos theta into t. That implies t is equal x by u cos theta. So this is taken as equation number 1. Now along vertical direction, what is the initial vertical velocity? U sin theta. What is the acceleration? Here acceleration due to gravity is acting vertically downwards, body is moving upward direction, so that vertical acceleration is nothing but minus g. Ay is equal to minus g. What is the vertical distance travelled? That is nothing but y, and time taken is nothing but t second. So that here also we are using the formula s is equal ut plus half at square, y is equal to u sin theta into t minus half gt square. So that what is the vertical displacement? What is the vertical displacement? In t seconds, y is equal formula u sin theta into t minus half gt square. Horizontal distance is nothing but u cos theta into t. Vertical distance is nothing but u sin theta into t minus half gt square. From equation number 1, we are substituting the t value here. Y is equal u sin theta into t is nothing but x by u cos theta minus half g into t square is nothing but x square by u square cos square theta. So that y is equal to u and u cancel, that is nothing but tan theta x minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. So here what is the vertical distance in terms of the displacement, vertical displacement in terms of the horizontal distance, y is equal to formula tan theta x minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. This is the equation number 2. This is nothing but equation number 3. Here initial velocity u is the constant, theta is the constant, and g is also constant, and g are constants, so that y is equal to some constant ax minus bx square. What is the vertical displacement with respect to the horizontal displacement? Y is equal to some ax minus bx square. It is the equation of parabola. Therefore, path of projectile is parabola. This is the equation of the parabola. So that path of the projectile is nothing but parabola. Here, in objective point of view, first of all, here what is the horizontal distance traveled in t seconds is equal? What is the formula? X is equal to u cos theta into t. And what is the vertical distance in time t seconds formula? Y is equal to u sin theta into t minus half gt square. What is the vertical distance with respect to the horizontal distance? Y is equal to tan theta x minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. And y is equal to ax minus bx square. Here in this one, first of all, we go for the maximum height. Here, what is the maximum height? H max. Here if a projectile is projected with the initial velocity at an angle theta, then here this is the maximum vertical distance traveled. Here this is nothing but initial velocity is resolved into two rectangular components, u cos theta and u sin theta. Here what is the maximum height? That is nothing but the height reached by the projectile at which vertical component of velocity is equal to the 0. That height is called the maximum height. So that when you want to find the maximum height, we are taking only vertical velocities. Uy is equal to u sin theta, Vy is equal to 0, acceleration Ay is equal to minus g. Now we want to find what is the displacement, that is nothing but h max. So that we are using the equation v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So that v square minus u square, final velocity 0, minus u square sin square theta is equal minus 2g into h max. Minus minus cancel. Therefore, maximum height h max is equal to formula u square sin square theta by 2g. What is the maximum height? U square sin square theta by 2g. That is the maximum height formula. Then here h max is equal u square sin square theta by 2g. Now time of ascent. What is the time of ascent? That is nothing but Ta. Time of ascent to Ta is equal time taken to reach maximum height, that is called the time of ascent. Time taken to reach maximum height is called the time of ascent. Here initial velocity, initial vertical velocity is nothing but u sin theta. At the maximum height, vertical velocity is equal to 0. That time is called the time of ascent. Ay is equal to what is the value? Minus g. Now we want, so that we are using the kinematic equation, v is equal to u plus at, vy is equal to 0 is equal to u sin theta minus g into time of ascent. G time of ascent is equal to u sin, therefore time of ascent is nothing but u sin theta by g. Here this is the formula for the time taken to reach the maximum height. If air resistance is neglected, then Time of ascent is equal to the time of descent. Therefore, time of descent is also what is the formula? U sin theta by g. Time of ascent is equal to time of descent, that is nothing but U sin theta by g. So, this is about the time of descent. Time of descent. Next, time of flight. Time of flight. Here, time of flight, this is nothing but the sum of the time of ascent and time of descent, that is nothing but the time of flight. Here, time of ascent is nothing but U sin theta by g, plus time of descent is nothing but U sin theta by g. So, the time of flight is nothing but 2U sin theta by g. Time of flight is nothing but total time spent by the projectile here in the air, that is called the time of flight. Total time spent by the projectile in the air, that is called the time of flight. T is equal to formula 2U sin theta by g. Next, range. Range, capital R. Here, what is the range? The maximum horizontal distance traveled by the projectile. The maximum horizontal distance traveled by the projectile during the time of flight, that is called the range. Here, maximum horizontal distance traveled by the projectile during the time of flight, that is nothing but the range. So, that horizontal distance, we are using horizontal, initial horizontal velocity is nothing but U cos theta. Horizontal acceleration is nothing but 0. And here, what is the maximum horizontal distance traveled? That is nothing but R displacement. We want to find that time is called the time of flight. That time is called the time of flight. Time of flight. Okay? So that this is nothing but time of. So that we are using the formula S is equal to ut plus of at square. S is nothing but R is equal, Sx is equal to ux ax. R is equal to ux is nothing but u cos theta into time of flight. Range is equal. So that range is equal u cos theta into time of flight is nothing but 2u sin theta by g. So that range R is equal u square 2 sin theta cos theta by g. 2 sin theta cos theta is nothing but sin 2 theta. R is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. This is for the formula for the range. So that in projectile motion, what is the horizontal distance traveled in a t seconds formula? X is equal to u cos theta into t. Vertical distance traveled in t seconds formula, y is equal to u sin theta t minus half gt square. In terms of the horizontal distance, y is equal to tan theta x minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. Next, y is equal to ax minus bx square. Maximum height, time of ascent, time of flight, and these are the formulas for the projectile motion. Here, these are the formulas for the projectile motion. Here range R is equal to, what is the formula? Range R is equal to here range R is equal u square sin 2 theta by g. This is the formula for the range. Here this range will be maximum. Sin value will be maximum at an angle of 90 degrees. That is nothing but 2 theta is nothing but 90. Here range will be maximum. Yet theta is equal to 45 degrees. Sin theta equal to 45 means 2 theta is nothing but 90, sin 90 is equal to 1. So that range will be maximum. R maximum is equal to formula u square by 2g. What is the maximum range and at what angle range will be maximum? At an angle of 45 degrees, range will be maximum. R max is equal to formula u square by g. Now we go for the applications. Here, for example, if a boy is standing in the middle of the ground and throws the balls in all possible directions with all possible angles at same velocity, then what is the area covered by the ball centered? Here if a boy projected, here if a boy throws the balls with the same speed but different angles, all possible angles in all possible directions, then what is the area covered by the ball centered? Then area covered by the balls is nothing but area of the circle. Here this is nothing but radius. Area of the circle is nothing but area covered by the balls is nothing but pi r square. Here what is the radius of the circular path? Here range will be maximum at an angle of 45 degrees. So that r is equal to radius of that one is nothing but r max. Area A is equal pi into r maximum square. But r max is equal, area covered by the balls is equal pi into r max is nothing but u square by g whole square, that is nothing but area covered is nothing but pi u to the power of 4 by g square. This is the area covered by the balls. A is equal to pi u to the power of 4 by g square, that is the area covered by the balls. Now, what is the relation between time of flight and maximum height? What is the relation between time of flight and maximum height? Here, time of flight is equal, what is the formula? 2u sin theta by g. That implies u sin theta is equal to the gt by 2. This is nothing but equation number 1. Next, what is the formula for the maximum height? H is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. From 1, u sin theta is equal to gt by 2. This is nothing but gt by 2. This is nothing but u sin theta whole square. So that h is equal u sin theta whole square means g square t square by 4 by 2g. So that g and g cancel. H is nothing but 1 by 8 into gt square. This is the relation between the maximum height and time of flight. This formula is also same for the vertically projected body. In the case of the vertically projected body also, maximum height is equal to formula 1 by 8 into gt square. Next, relation between maximum height and range. What is the relation between maximum height and range? And here maximum height. What is the formula for the maximum height? H max is equal to formula u square sin square theta by 2g. Equation number 1. Range is equal to, what is the formula? R is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. Equation number 2. 1 by 2 implies h by r is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g by u square sin 2 theta is nothing but 2 sin theta cos theta by g. Here g and g cancel, u square cancel, sin square and sin is cancel. H by r is equal, sin theta by cos theta is nothing but tan theta by 4. So that, what is the relation between h and r ante h by r is equal to tan theta by 4. What is the relation between h and t? That is nothing but 1 by 8 gt square. Here this is nothing but h by r is equal to this is the formula. Here if h is equal to r, then what is the angle of projection? And here if h is equal to r, then what is the angle of projection? Here h by r is equal to tan theta by 4. H and r are same. Tan theta is equal to 4. Theta is equal to tan inverse 4. That is nearly equal to the 76 degrees. That means if a body is projected at an angle of 76 degrees, then maximum height and ranges are equal. Maximum height and ranges are equal. If angle of projection theta is equal to 45 degrees, we know that range will be maximum. In that case, what is the relation between h and r? And here this is nothing but h by r is equal tan theta by 4, but theta is equal to 45 degrees, h by r is equal tan 45 by 4, tan 45 is nothing but 1, so that r is equal to 4h r. Height reached by the body is nothing but maximum range by 4. Theta is equal to 45 degrees. What is the relation between r and h? And r is equal 4h. Here, now relation between h, t and r. What is the relation between h, t and r? And here this is nothing but h by r is equal tan theta by 4. That means 4h is nothing but r tan theta. 4h is nothing but r tan theta, equation number 1. And here we know that h is equal to 1 by 8 gt square. That means 4h is equal 1 by 2 gt square, equation number 2. From 1 and 2, 4h is equal r tan theta, that is equal half gt square. This is the relation between the h, t and r. That is the relation between h, t and r. Now, here basing on these formulas, we go for some of the problems. Here for example, if a body is projected such that it travels the horizontal distance after t seconds, x is equal to some 60, and vertical distance y is equal 8t minus 5t square, then what is the velocity of the projection and what is the angle of projection? If a body is projected such that it travels the horizontal distance x is equal to 60 and vertical distance y is equal to 8t minus 5t square, then find what is the velocity of the projection and what is the angle of projection. Just we go for the comparison. Here x is given that 60, compare with x is equal u cos theta into t. What is the, in projectile motion, what is the horizontal distance traveled in t seconds formula? X is equal to u cos theta into t. Here from 1 and 2, here u cos theta is equal to 6. From 1 and 2, u cos theta is equal to 6. Similarly, y is equal, given that vertical displacement is nothing but 8t minus 5t square. Compare with y is equal, what is the vertical distance in t seconds formula? U sin theta into t minus half gt square. Now these two are comparing. This is nothing but third one and this is nothing but fourth one. Here from 3 and 4, u sin theta is equal to, what is the value? 8. Sum, this is nothing but equation number 1 and this is nothing but equation number 2. Here equation number 1 whole square plus equation number 2 whole square implies, that is nothing but u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta is equal 36 plus 64. U square is the common. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That is nothing but 100. So that velocity of the projection is nothing but 10 meter per second. Velocity of the projection is nothing but 10 meter. What is the angle of projection? Simply we go for the 2 by 1 implies 2 is nothing but u sin theta by 1 is nothing but u cos theta, that is nothing but 8 by 6, u and u cancel, 2 4s, 2 3s, tan theta is equal to 4 by 3. Tan theta equal to 4 by 3 means theta is equal to 53 degrees. So that projectile is projected with initial velocity of 10 meter per second and the angle of projection is nothing but 53 degrees. Angle of projection is nothing but 53 degrees. Next application, that is based on the equations. What is the horizontal distance traveled in t seconds? U cos theta into t. What is the vertical distance traveled in t seconds? Y is equal u sin theta into t minus of gt square. Next, here for example, here another problem. If y is equal to x minus x square by 40, then what is the velocity of the projection and what is the angle of projection? If y is equal to x minus x square by 40, then what is the velocity of the projection and angle of projection? What is the relation between y and x? What is the relation between vertical displacement and horizontal displacement? Already I have discussed in the projectile motion. Here y is equal to, here given that y is equal to x minus x square by 40. Compare with relation between y and x, that is nothing but y is equal tan theta x minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. That is the relation between the y and x. What is the relation between y and t? That is the y is equal to u sin theta into t minus half gt square. But t is equal to x by u cos theta when we are substituting. Then y is equal to formula tan theta x minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. So this is the equation number 1, equation number 2. So from 1 and 2. Here 1 into x, this is the tan theta x. That means tan theta is equal to 1. That means theta is angle of projection is nothing but 45 degrees. What is the angle of projection? 45 degrees. And what is the velocity of the projection? We are comparing the x square coefficients here. What is the x square coefficients here? G by 2u square cos square theta is equal to, g by 2u square cos square theta is equal to 1 by 40. So g is nothing but 10, 2u square cos square theta is nothing but 45 degrees is equal to 400. So that here cos 45 1 by root 2, 2u square cos square 45 means 1 by 2 is equal to 400, 2 and 2 cancel, u square is equal to 400, u is nothing but 20 meter per second. What is the velocity of the projection? That is nothing but 20 meters. Simply we are comparing the equation. Y is equal to x minus x square by 40. That is compared with the y is equal to tan theta x minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. Then angle of projection is nothing but 45 degrees. Velocity of the projection is nothing but 20 meter per second square. Now for example, if the same problem is given, then what is the range and maximum heights? Then we go for that one. First of all, y is equal to, we know that ax minus bx square. Now we want to find range and maximum height formulas in terms of a and b. Here we know that in projectile motion, if a body is projected with initial velocity u at an angle theta, then it reached the same plane. This maximum distance, this is called the range. When it reached the same plane of projection, when it reached the maximum horizontal distance, what is the vertical displacement? That is equal to the 0. When it is landing on the same plane, vertical displacement is equal to 0. That is, if x is equal to r, then y is equal to 0. If x is equal to r, y value is equal to 0. So that we are substituting 0 is equal to AR minus BR square. BR square is equal A into R. Range R is equal formula A by B. What is the range formula in terms of A and B? Range R is equal to A by B. Range R is equal to A by B. Next, what is the maximum height? Here we know that the relation between the H and R, H by R is equal to formula tan theta by 4. So that maximum height is equal to R tan theta by 4. But R is nothing but A by B. And tan theta, here this tan theta is nothing but A. So that H is equal to A by B into tan theta is nothing but A by 4. So that maximum height formula A square by 4B. So that y is equal to x minus bx square in terms of A and B. What is the range formula? A by B. What is the height formula? A square by 4B. For example, same problem is given. If y is equal to x minus x square by 40, then find what is the range and what is the maximum height. So that here this is the equation. Here y is equal to x minus x square by 40 compared with y is equal to ax minus bx square. That is, therefore, a is nothing but 1, b is equal to what is the value? 1 by 40. Now we go for the range. Here range R is equal to, what is the formula? A by B. Range R is equal to, A is nothing but 1, B is nothing but 1 by 40. That means range is nothing but 40 meters. Now what is the maximum height? What is the maximum height? H max is equal to, what is the relation? That is nothing but A square by 4B. So that H max is equal to A square 1 square by 4 into B is nothing but 1 by 40. That means H max is equal 10 meters. So that if y is equal to x minus x square by 40, what is the range and maximum height? And simply range is equal to A by B and maximum height is equal to A square by 4B. This is about the relation between the R and H. Here, next. Here range is maximum at an angle of 45 degrees. Here what is the formula for the range? Range R is equal to U square sin 2 theta by G. Next. Here we know that range R is equal to formula U square sin 2 theta by G. This range will be same for the two angles of projection. Range will be same for two angles of projection. Those are theta and 90 minus theta, or 45 plus theta and 45 minus theta. These angles are called, these theta and 90 minus theta are called the complementary angles. For complementary angles, range will be same. For example, here R is equal to formula U square sin 2 theta by G. If theta 1 is equal to theta, then what is the range? R1 is equal to U square sin 2 theta 1 by G. Theta 1 is nothing but theta, so that G. This is the equation number 1. If theta 2 is equal to 90 minus theta, and 90 minus theta substitute, R2 is equal to U square sin 2 theta 2 is nothing but 90 minus theta by g. So that R2 is equal u square sine 180 minus 2 theta by g. Here sine of 180 minus theta is nothing but sine theta. Sine of 180 minus theta is nothing but sine theta. Sine of 180 minus 2 theta here. So that sine 180 minus 2 theta is equal sine 2 theta. R2 is equal u square sine 2 theta by g. This is nothing but equation number 2. Here from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2. R1 is equal to R2. That means for complementary angles means theta and 90 minus theta or 45 plus theta and 45 minus theta. Complementary angles are nothing but when those are adding, that becomes to the 90 degrees. Theta and 90 minus theta, that is nothing but 90. 45 plus theta, 45 minus theta adding, that is nothing but 90. Those angles are called the complementary angles. For complementary angles, range will be same. For example, if a body is projected at an angle 30 degrees and 60 degrees, range will be the same. Here, for complementary angles, range will be same. But for complementary angles, range will be same. But maximum heights are different. Range will be same, but maximum heights are different. Here, what is the formula for the maximum height? H is equal u square sine square theta by 2g. Now we go for the what are the maximum heights for the complementary angles. Here, if theta 1 is equal to theta, then what is the maximum height? H1 is equal u square sine square theta by 2g. This is nothing but equation number 1. If complementary angle theta 2 is nothing but 90 minus theta, then H2 is equal to u square sine square theta is nothing but 90 minus theta by 2g. Sine 90 minus theta is nothing but cos theta. H2 is equal to u square cos square theta by 2g. So that for complementary angles, range will be same, but maximum heights are u square sin square theta by 2g and u square cos square theta by 2g. Now, for complementary angles H1 and H2 values are given. What is the velocity of the projection? What is the velocity of the projection? And here simply 1 plus 2 implies 1 and 2 are adding. H1 plus H2 is equal. U square by 2g is the common. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So that H1 plus H2 is equal to u square by 2g. Here, for complementary angles, maximum heights are given. Then we can find the what is the velocity of the projection. H1 plus H2 is equal u square by 2g. Now we want to find angle of projection. Angle of projection. How can we find the angle of projection? Simply 1 by 2 implies that is nothing but H1 by H2 is equal u square by 2g. U square by 2g cancel. Sin square theta by cos square theta, that is nothing but tan square theta. Here for complementary angles, maximum heights are given. Then we can find the what is the velocity of the projection, what is the angle of projection. Now we want to find what is the range of the projectile. Range of the projectile here. Simply we are taking 1 into 2 implies. 1 into 2 implies H1 into H2 is equal u square sin square theta into by 2g into u square cos square theta by 2g. This is nothing but H1 into H2 is equal u to the power of 4 into sin square theta cos square theta by 4 into g square by 4 into g square. Now here this H1 into H2 is nothing but u sin theta cos theta whole square. Here Here what is the range formula? U square sin 2 theta by g. Sin 2 theta is nothing but 2 sin theta and cos theta. Here in this one, this is nothing but h1 into h2 is equal u square sin theta cos theta by g whole square into, this is nothing but 1 by 4. But range formula u square 2 sin theta cos theta by g. So that it is multiplied and divided by the 4. Then we get h1 into h2 is equal to, h1 into h2 is equal to 1 by 4 into 4, that is nothing but 16 into, that is nothing but u square 2 sin theta cos theta by g whole square. U square 2 sin theta cos theta by g is nothing but range h1 h2 is equal 1 by 16 into r square. R square is nothing but 16 h1 h2. So that range is nothing but 4 root h1 h2. So that what is the range of the projectile? If for complementary angles maximum heights are given, then what is the range of the projectile formula? R is equal to 4 into h1 into h2. Here this is about the relation between the, so for complementary angles, what is the ranges are same but maximum heights are different. Then h1 plus h2 is nothing but u square by 2g. h1 by h2 equal tan square theta, and range is nothing but 4 into root h1 h2. For example, for complementary angles, h1 is nothing but 10 meter and h2 is nothing but 40 meter. Then find range, and here what is the relation? Range R is equal to formula 4 into root h1 into h2. So that R is equal to 4 into root 10 into 40, 400, that is nothing but 20. So that R is nothing but 4 into 20. R is nothing but 80 meter. Here in this same problem, if h1 is equal to 10 meter and h2 is equal to 40 meter, what is the maximum range? Find R max, and here we know that R max is equal to formula u square by g. But here for complementary angles, h1 and h2 values are given. Now to find the maximum range here. So that here we go for complementary angles, h1 plus h2 is equal to, what is the formula? U square by 2g. Here h1 is the 10 plus 40 is equal u square by 2g. U square by 2g is equal to 50. U square by g is nothing but 100. But u square by g is nothing but R maximum. From 1, R max is equal to, what is the value? R maximum is nothing but 100 meters. So that in the same problem, here for complementary angles, h1 is nothing but 10 meter, h2 is nothing but 40 meter is given. What is the range formula? 4 root h1 h2. If you want to find the maximum range, that is nothing but u square by g, we go for the h1 plus h2 is equal to u square. So this is about the, in projectile motion, what is the range, what is the maximum height, these are the applications. In the next class, we go for the, here what is the velocity of the projectile and at what velocity, initial velocity is perpendicular to the velocity vector at what time. Then we go for the applications of the velocity in the next class.